very bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
For what it's worth, I've got a good feeling about this.
Punch it, Chizzle!
I gave it my full effort.
That was the worst one yet.
Well, you don't like my, I don't want to call it cultural appropriation. I want to call it women's empowerment. I also want to call it put a chick in it and make her gay and lame.
Okay.
Without the Cartman voice, because that's offensive.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of I've Got a Bad Feeling About This. I'm your host, Chizzle, and with us, as always, is Jonathan the Fallen. Yo. So, today we're going to talk about what do you do with your massive collection after you've been collecting for so long?
You sell it to dead people, because it is close to Halloween.
Okay.
I just made that up. I don't know.
So this week, I decided to close my storage unit. I got tired of paying. It was $300. They wanted $350 a month.
$350, and also storage units are getting broke into. They spec out collectors.
Just happened.
Yep,
just happened again.
It's all over the Bay Area, and it's actually all over the United States. I've seen it happen. I've known people who've got their shit.
Well, yeah,
jacked.
we know someone.
Yep.
And it just happened again. I think at the same place, same city.
What?
Just happened, and it was a Pokemon collection.
Ooh, why would you? It's like cards, though, right?
Yeah.
How many cards do you need to own that necessitates an entire storage? I can't even talk right now.
But you got to think you've got. But let's say you've got like a couple boxes in there. You've got a bunch of like trainer boxes, that kind of stuff.
You probably got plushies, and you don't just collect just Pokemon. You got grandma's furniture. And
there's
China.
Other stuff in there, and there's another guy that just had to happen to him. It was a G.I. Joe collection. Somebody messaged me and they were like, "Hey, if anybody comes in with a G.I. Joe collection, this just got stolen. Just be on the lookout."
Hey, Chizzle, at the store, if anyone comes in with a mint condition USS flag, that is definitely mine.
Okay,
I got pictures to prove it.
All right, yeah,
they're not photoshopped at all.
We got 3 of them.
Yeah, one of them's mine then.
Okay. I'll pull it out of storage for you.
I have no room for it, but just keep it for now.
Okay, I'll hold on to it. So I was closing on my storage unit, and it's a 10 by 20.
That's fucking huge, dude.
Yes, and it is all filled with Star Wars collectibles.
Like, that's the size of my garage.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and it was completely filled.
Whoa.
There was over 200 file boxes.
So you got those Target file boxes or whatever, like they
Staples.
look like the Target. They're Staples.
I get them Staples.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking at the logo on them and trying to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get them from Staples. And that's like one side of the storage unit.
You know, you can go to U-Haul and they got those big ass boxes with handles that are cheaper.
I get them at Walmart now, because the Walmart ones, they actually hold 8 cases of Funko Pops perfectly.
But Walmart doesn't have 200 of them.
No, I buy the bigger ones there with the handles.
Okay.
So, and they're like $1 something a box.
All right.
So they're much better.
You always want a box that fits figures perfectly.
That's the thing. The file boxes fit. You can fit 18 Black Series figures in the file box absolutely perfect. Holds them tight and they don't get messed up. And then if you have 375 figures, it holds 2 rows of them in there absolutely perfect.
Like sideways or up and down?
Standing up vertical, 2 rows. Holds them perfectly.
Okay.
Going the long way.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I love that when that works out.
And yeah, you can fit 4 if you just put them like bubble to bubble, like side by side. You can go 4 cards across in one row. So, and you can put.
We call that butts to nuts.
Yeah.
Or
nuts
it's not
to
even.
butts.
No, it's like nuts to nuts, and depending on if the character's a female or what she identifies in the newer Star Wars, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like she might be a witch.
So
how many of those witch figures?
None. I haven't bought any of the new stuff, but you can fit a lot in the file box, depending on how you want to store the stuff. So, like I said, I've got 200 file boxes on one side, and the other side, I've got the plastic flip-top bins.
Okay.
There was like over 60 bins, and then I got like the really big ones that they use I think some of them say Safeway on them, and another wholesale place. They're really big, and I use them to hold like my X-Wing fighters and really big box pieces like that.
Yeah,
They
set
all
pieces,
fit in there.
ships.
Yeah, they all fit in there, and there's at least 30 of those.
Wow.
And then like the black and yellow bins, I have easily 50 of those.
So you're saying I should have broke in before?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now I can tell everyone what was in there because it's empty now.
I mean, you
So-
had documentation of. You're not stupid.
Oh,
You
no.
documented everything you put in there.
I have a binder.
You're aware of this shit.
Yeah, I have a binder with a checklist, and I've taken enough pictures and videos and everything.
So what's the idea behind? I mean, other than the storage is too expensive, and also like I remember talking to you before, going like, and I do this on Hoodcast, the action figure podcast. I deep dive into why we collect, what we collect, and why do we buy storage units. You know, when
Exactly.
the collection is doing nothing for us. We're not displaying shit. We're not doing photography. You know, what are we doing? Just like, is it going to hold value? Maybe, maybe not. The new stuff, I
so
don't know.
my idea really was
Are you
that
happy?
yeah, my idea really was once my kids were gone and moved out, I would take one of the bigger rooms because my office at home is small right now. It's maybe 9 by 10, and there's a big room upstairs that's like 16 by 20. So I was like, yeah, I'll use that room.
Yeah, and eventually maybe we'll podcast from that room with
yeah,
cool
that's what I
backdrops
was thinking
and
about.
videos and everything.
So that's kind of
And then you'll drive me home because I'm drinking,
Yeah.
or the fig wife will come pick me up.
yeah. So I could come pick you up, and then she can come out and bring you home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking that. I was like, I'll use that room, and I'll be able to display.
Let me just put this out
everything.
there. I cannot drink, okay?
Okay.
You said that like under your breath.
Yeah. So that was the thinking behind it. And then, for a while, I was a bit of a completionist. It's like, well, no, I need to get everything. If I start with Power of the Force, I need every single figure that came on a red card. And then I need everyone on a green card. And then I need every freeze frame.
Whoa.
And then I need,
That's an addiction, man.
I had to do all that. And then, like, vintage collection, I got one to open, one to keep on the card, and then another one that's still in the original sealed case.
I wouldn't say it's so much an addiction because I covered this before on the Hood. I don't mean to mention again. It's not a cheap ad for myself and my other podcasts, but still, like there's certain types of collecting and the reasons why. There's a completionist, and that's you can be a completionist and also like other forms of collectors, and sometimes it's a community that you're part of, like
Exactly.
whether it's a Facebook
And-
group or not.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I just love doing it, and a lot of it, I never spent money on it that I shouldn't have.
But when you were
Is
buying and collecting these figures, like, would you buy full waves off of Entertainment Earth, or would you go to the store and pick them up and get that feeling when you're like, oh, I finally found this?
It would depend. I would do both because I would order all my stuff wholesale. I've been doing that for a couple of years.
Right, but
So
you buy and sell. So.
I would, yeah. So I would buy the, just the complete waves. But sometimes, you're gonna get a wave that the figure you want. There's only one of them in there.
Right, and then
And
it's
it's like-
packed with a bunch of other.
Exactly, and it's packed with some other
Gin
stuff that you
Ursos.
may or may not want. So I'm like, if I go out in the, in the wild and I find it, I'm gonna go buy it. So I would go out and hunt occasionally, not that often. It wasn't a big deal. I wasn't there first thing in the morning every day at Target with the Hot Wheel
with
guys.
the Hot Wheel guys who
Yeah.
are running everywhere. And it's like,
Exactly.
hey, what's up, bros? I know you.
Yeah.
you guys are weird.
Yeah,
And they're like,
I do know.
Star Wars guys are weird.
I do know. I know all those guys. The ones that go out to the Antioch Target that are there every morning. I know all of them. They all do my show.
They help me out sometimes, man. Like if I'm never first at Target, but if I am, like I get a day off of work, I'm gonna hit up Target first thing.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore because the wrestling figures and everything else, they put it out like around 9 or 10. They don't put it out right away.
Yeah, they started doing that at ours too. They weren't putting everything out first thing in the morning.
But those guys, they used to, they'll grab shit for me, and go because they don't collect. They looking for Hot Wheels.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh hey, do you want this? I get messages all the time. Hey, I just saw this. Do you want it? Do you have it? And a lot of times I have
It
it.
just goes to say respect your fellow collector because they can help you out.
Exactly. I found stuff for other people all the time. Hey, you want this? Do you want this? Some guys. Sometimes someone will get mad when you go find them a whole wave, but then you also found a chase. and you didn't give it to them, yeah, they might get upset about that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That's not me.
No, not you. That's,
don't really care.
That's the other guy on that other podcast. So,
If I really wanted, I would have just bought it. You know.
yeah. Like I said, I was clearing everything out, and I got tons of stuff. And
Not just Star Wars stuff.
I have other stuff. I have He-Man stuff. I have Ninja Turtle stuff.
Shit that you actually collect that you don't display.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, because like you've bought some He-Man shit from me when
Yeah.
I was selling before.
Yeah.
You know, and like I didn't know you were a collector of that kind of shit.
Yeah, I just don't have. I don't really have the room to display it. But like I said, He-Man, Ninja Turtles. I've got a little bit of Transformer stuff. I'm picky about those things.
Yeah.
Like Ninja Turtles. There's only like 10 that I really care about. You know, I want like all the Turtles, Splinter, Shredder.
Right, you
that
can't
kind
go
of
full
stuff.
bore into like
No.
another line.
No,
you know? You just
no.
want the originals
Yeah,
or
for-
whatever.
I
the
bought
quad.
I bought a bunch of He-Man stuff, and now I'm like, you know what? Whatever's on the back of the Castle Grayskull box, that's what I'm going to keep. Whatever figures and anything are on the back of that box, I'm going to set that up on my shelf, just like on the box, and that's it. I'll get rid of everything else. Because same thing, there's so much, I just can't display it all.
So now you got, you know, your whole living room or whatever, your whole house, different rooms in your house are filled
Completely.
with file boxes.
Completely.
How do you even know what to go through? Because look, I don't know if when you moved into that storage unit, not moved in to live, but moved all your collection in there, most of it, did you organize the collection or did you just throw random shit in a box? Because that's what I would do.
So my boxes are all labeled. They'll have, if it says like, it could say something like P2, and then it'll have like a dash, and then, you know, it could be.
We got a P2 here.
It could be.
See, nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly. See? It could be like P2-S, which means it's a Power of the Force 2 set. And then I have a notebook that will say P2-S.
No, you don't even gotta look that up.
And then it'll have a line, and then it'll list what's in the box.
What the
in
hell
my
is
notebook.
this? This box is calling me a piece of shit times 2.
Yeah. So then I'll have another one that'll say like P2-C. Those are full cases of Power of the Force 2.
And to see you next Tuesday? Bro,
Yeah.
you dirty.
And then like, TVC is obviously Vintage Collection, and BS is Black Series.
TVC yourself, dude.
Yeah. So they'll, like I said, the boxes are labeled, and it'll be like box 1 of 4 for whatever set it is. So if there's if it's carded figures, it'll say it would say Power of the Force box 1 of 4, or if it's Black Series, when they used to number them, it'll have the numbers on the box. It'll be 1 through
I respect
18.
the way you do it. I'm a different kind of genius. I just throw whatever I'm not using into a box and pack it away. And then years later or months later, when I need to find something, I'm stressed the fuck out and can't find it.
I have those boxes
But
too.
then when I'm just going randomly through shit, it's like finding treasure again.
Oh,
and I don't know what's in the
I
box.
do that all the time.
What's in
So
the box?
Not everything is completely organized. The majority of it is.
Okay.
While I was doing this the other night, I found a bank in there. It was a helmet from a Captain Phasma helmet that I got from Ross or some shit like that, or the dollar store, something
Love
like
Rosscon.
that.
Rosscon's
Yes.
hitting again, man.
So it was something that was like $1. I think it had like $1.99 price tag on it. So I opened it up because there was change in it. I said, "Oh shit, what's in here?" It was full of silver quarters and $half.
And you didn't remember that?
Totally forgot about it.
Wow.
I filled it with all 1930 something $half in there.
This is like the Goonies, but way safer.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh shit, I totally forgot I had this in here." So I've just been going through I have a ton of pops.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah. So, but
I know a self-help group.
yeah, but going through them, I found a bunch of the original, the first release
Okay, there
Star
you go.
Wars with the large font on them, and I sent a message to a friend of mine. I
The
was
large
like,
font is a thing.
yeah, that's the very first ones.
Okay.
So I sent him a message. I was like, "Hey, could you tell me about this? It's got a hang tag on it." And
A hang tag?
Yeah, and I said,
What?
"Was this a thing?" And he goes, "Yes, if it has the large font with the hang tag, that was a thing when they came out."
It's like a Beanie Baby with
Yeah.
the fucking
You know-
Kai fucking hanging
like
thing?
that. No, to hang on a hook. on a peg.
a hanging hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I'd never seen that before.
I would
and it was on 2 of my first, original release Funkos.
I can see how that didn't work out well, but I
Yeah.
can see how Star Wars collectors are like, basically, beating the meat
So
for it.
I sent him a picture of what I had, and he goes, "Oh shit, dude, that's a few $100s right there,
Just for the hangy tag.
and in 4 pops."
You can buy those on Amazon. Stick
Yeah.
them on.
I use them. So I was like, "Oh damn, okay." So I went through and I was separating them. If it's over $15, it goes in a protector and in a box, and anything under that, it goes in a different box. So by the time I was done, I had 150 pops that were under $15. And then I had what ended up being 72 of them that were over $15.
How do you know what box to go through first when you move all that shit out, dude? That seems... I would just stop and I'd just go watch TV. I'm like, this is too much. And I'd put it off for weeks.
It
'cause
gets hard.
I just wouldn't do it.
It gets hard. I mean,
Eventually, once you start, you go through one box, you're like, okay, I'm kind of getting the hang of it.
I only recently realized I have ADHD, and it explained a lot of shit, especially from when I was a kid.
Well,
I just never thought it.
We're the millennium generation. I don't like that term because I think I'm more Gen X than that.
I'm
but
Gen X. So.
I just turned 43, so I identify
You're a
with...
Zennial. You're,
Yeah, pretty much. But that's not even a term. I don't know.
It is.
It
Zennial's
is,
a term.
But it's like one of those like generations that they don't really...
Yeah.
They just skip.
It depends how you act, You
Yeah.
might be more Gen X than...
Yeah, I don't... Like, I think I'm extra special. So, I don't
So,
know.
anyways, I get task paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
Where I sit there and it's just so much. I'll be like, shit, what do I do? Where do I start? And then I do absolutely nothing.
Dude, that's not ADHD. That's
No.
being normal. That's
No, but it's
choice
a little
overload.
thing. But then I'll have no problem going and gutting my bathroom to redo it.
Dude, yeah, that's...
But
I'm the
I
same
don't.
way.
But I don't put away the littlest things. I'll have a box that putting away could take me 2 minutes. But instead, I'll go start a 3-hour project and do that one instead of finishing the 2.
I understand you, man.
Yeah.
That's not ADHD. That's just being
there's
normal.
No, there's so no. That means we both have it.
No, that means
There's-
a doctor's trying to throw Adderall at you or fucking
Oh no,
something.
I don't like that shit. Won't work.
I don't
for me.
take pills either. I stopped all the shit.
You know what though?
Yeah.
It's funny because if I drink like a Rockstar and take a Norco at the same time, dude, I get super focused.
Dude, if I take
shit
like a
works for me.
Vicodin and drink, I have a really good time.
Oh yeah, it's fun. No, but that'll make me like focused. If I took a Vicodin and like had a drink too,
Oh, dude.
I'll get really.
I
it'll
get
make me
really good
focus.
ideas. I'm like, why didn't anyone think of this? And it turns out to be shit, but then it's actually really funny, to me alone. But still, like, yeah, no, I get you, and I understand that. I do the same shit, like instead of like organizing and cleaning my man cave, which is my garage with all the figures and stuff, there's so many different kinds. I don't know what to display or what to put away. And sometimes I do seasonal displays depending on wrestling, McFarlane, whatever, horror. I don't fucking know, NECA. I collect so much shit. I don't know what to do, so I don't do it, and
Yeah.
I'll go out back and build a deck
Exactly, same
because
thing.
that's straightforward. And not that it's easy. It's just it's wood, and I can Google how to do it or YouTube it,
Yeah.
And
Next time
then-
you should call a guy.
and then you'll still come out and go like, "You should put a crossbar here," and I'm like, "Yeah,
you need
all
to
right,
you
man."
need to brace this so it doesn't fall over and put a footing right here, or a brick at least so it's not in the mud.
Hey, I've had some heavy people up there, and like they were fine for now.
For now, yeah. We'll see how it lasts through the winter.
But I didn't stain it. I didn't sand it. So I did quit the job.
Yeah.
I fired myself.
So like I said, got this shit everywhere, and I've actually been working on it every day, trying to organize it.
Good for you,
and
man.
I've got a convention coming up in February. I'm going to Vegas. It's a diecast one. I've collected so much diecast over the past couple years.
Wow.
So I have
And that's
tons of
that's
it.
a huge turnaround. That's at least 100%, if not more, turnaround.
Yeah.
Because you buy them for what, $2, $1.50, something, whatever. Hot Wheels.
I've
and
typically
diecast
paid
cost now.
like $1 a piece, and you can we get $2, $3, $4 a
Yeah.
piece for them. So
That's 300%. Like for a
There's
business, you want at least 40%,
Yeah.
50%.
it's really good markup.
yeah.
So I've collected a ton from just different places, trades, buying lots, all that kind of stuff. I have a lot. So I've been organizing that stuff, putting it away. stuff I ordered wholesale. I have sealed cases of stuff.
Were you buying shit just because you like it, or just because you know maybe it'll be worth something, or I could flip it?
When I was ordering Hot Wheels for my partner Dave, I was, I'm ordering 40, 50 cases at a time.
Just to be clear, he's not your partner.
No, my business partner.
Yeah.
one of my business
Look,
partners.
when I hear podcasts
Yeah.
and people say partner, I'm like,
Yeah, my toy show business partner.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
And just, throwing it out
Well,
there. The Seinfeld.
I
not
buy
there's
that.
anything wrong with
I
it.
buy it all for him, and I'll be like, you know what? Give me 2 cases. I'm going to sit on these because I've had that before, where I've had some cases that.
So your
somebody
partner
else gave
had
me-
you sit on these. Yeah. He's like, hey, come sit on these.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I take 2 cases of everything that came in, and I just put it away. And some of these have chases in them and stuff like that. So if I sell the sealed cases, I can get more. And if the cases, the main lines might have super treasure hunts, things like that.
It's a more business plan.
Exactly. So it was the plan was just to put these away for an event like this. I've done this show in Vegas, and they do other toy stuff too, but you make a lot on diecast. So I'm like, if I can bring enough diecast, and if I can undercut everybody
Whoa,
there,
you fucking asshole.
I will. I mean,
You
if
would
it
not
pays
do
for
good
my,
in the ICC, dude.
Yeah, if it pays for, my trip, that's great.
Yeah.
Every time I've gone, it's paid for my trip. Last trip, I did great. Last trip, I came home with like $6,500 between my show and gambling.
So
it
you
was
don't
pretty good.
buy Pokemon and sit on Pokemon and then go to anime conventions?
I have.
Yeah.
I've done that. So my very first toy show, I'd been sitting on Pokemon for a while, and very first toy show, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna bust all this out because I want my show to be good.
Yeah.
So I took out stuff I had been sitting on. I was sitting on Pokemon. I had vintage Star Wars. I had carded figures, all this stuff, and I broke it all out. And I did it all at great prices. I sold out of Pokemon. I sold out of vintage Star Wars. I brought like a ton of Power of the Force stuff. I was doing 2 for $5 figures. Sold out of everything.
And here's the thing. People can sit here and go, oh, he's a fucking scalper and da-da, buying up shit and sitting. When you sit on something for years, dude, you're taking a hit.
Exactly. You don't know.
And then when you open that shit up to the public, like, that's your own investment, man.
Yeah.
And then that, to my point of view, like, and I'm a reseller too, but I respect going into a convention and seeing shit I haven't seen in a long time and being able to buy it.
Exactly.
Like, this dude has it, like, and I can negotiate with him, and his prices are decent. Like, this is a good thing.
Held on. Yeah, he's held on to it. Like,
he's basically a place marker for the shit I want to buy in the future.
exactly.
And I know there's a charge here and there,
Yeah,
Of course.
nobody. They
market
got
value.
They got to pay for their space. They got to. All their time. Their time is worth something. I don't like when people come in and they want it for less than cost, or, oh, well, I know you only paid $5 for it. Well, yeah, I paid $5 for it. I went and got it. I did all this.
Like, if you're going to a toy show and expecting not to, like, pay market value or somewhere around there, a little bit below,
you'd be
or
surprised.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
No, but, like, I'm just saying, people listening to this episode might go, oh, fucking scalpers, da-da-da. Go back and listen to other episodes where we quantify, like, what that actually means, define and everything else. But, yeah.
Yeah, so I've got all this stuff. My living room is full. I filled up. I have a 10 by 12 shed in my backyard. That thing is now completely full. You literally can open the door, and that's it. It is completely filled. My garage is full. I just got rid of about 100,000 baseball cards from my garage.
I need to get rid of some, too.
Yeah. So I put those on Facebook Marketplace, and they went. People were messaging me nonstop. People say baseball cards and junk era is dead. I had people
Really?
nonstop messaging me for them.
But then
Yep.
shipping's got a cost because
They came and picked them up.
Really?
They came, and I had them all in my garage stacked up.
Because I got like 89 through 90 something.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
I had some 70s mixed in, but it was really like 85 through 2000.
I have one good year worth a couple $100, but I think it's
And-
like 87. But
Yeah, and they came, and like I just threw it all in boxes. I threw it all in 3,200 count boxes and said $25 a box. People had no problem. They didn't want to haggle. They just said, "Yeah, give me 4 boxes. Give me 6 boxes."
See, I see people selling this shit like in the boxes at like La Polga, the flea markets and shit like that.
They want way too much. They don't.
I don't ask. I just see them selling them.
I was there this morning and I was asking, and they're like, "Oh, I want $20." They want $20 for an 800 count box. I'm selling 3,200 cards for this almost the same price. So, and I don't cherry pick them or anything. Whatever's in there is in there.
It's complete.
The guys,
or
they're all mixed up, and the guys
okay.
were going through. So, man, I pulled a lot of good cards. They're all, "Do you have any more?" I had multiple people message me.
I have
had
complete
more.
sets, so I would
Yeah.
sell them as complete sets, which
Yeah, you
is
could do
$20 a box.
Yeah,
that's like usually
And
20,
that's roughly.
25.
I mean, realistically, if you dumped them in like some big boxes, you're going to get $5 to $10 for a complete set.
Honestly, I just want to get rid of them.
Yeah.
They're doing nothing but taking up space. And
Exactly. You're going to get a little bit of money for them. Well, that's more than you had, and they weren't making you any money, and they're not appreciating. They're not going to be worth anything. So,
but even the whole point of collecting and having all those file boxes in storage, what is that doing you? You
Nothing.
love Star Wars. You collect all this shit because you love it.
Yeah, and it does.
You're not displaying it.
No, and that was my thing. Is like I had a grand idea, and then I had to come back down to reality. Be like, I will never be able to display this.
You got to cherry pick what you really
Exactly.
want.
So my plan right now is for every line that I've collected, I'm going to keep 5 carded figures from it.
Okay.
So like Power of the Force. Power of the Force 2 is actually like 5 different sets all in one. You've got like the red cards, the green cards, the freeze frames, the Comtech chips.
Freeze frame, freeze frame, freeze frame, freeze frame.
So like it's going to be 5 of each of those. And that's what I'm going to keep. 5 Power of the Jedi, 5 Episode 1s. Then like when you get to the Episode 2, they call it Saga. There's 3 different series in that. So I'm going to keep 5 from each series.
That's too much knowledge, and even knowing the vintage knowledge and all the factories that these fucking figures were made in.
It's a lot. It took a while.
And I'm still learning about all that shit.
Yeah.
And my brain doesn't suck up all that knowledge. I do know a lot of it.
Yeah. Sometimes it's enough, just enough to get you in trouble. You think you know something, and
I'm in trouble. My friend is James Coleman. Oops.
So I'm gonna.
He is my friend, though.
I'm gonna get rid of everything else. I'm gonna sell it. I don't know how yet. I wish Celebration was. I wish I had sold it at Celebration in Anaheim 2 years ago.
You have complete sets, and somebody would probably pay more for a complete set rather than cherry picking.
Maybe
not. I don't know.
There's a lot. Some of these sets there's 100 figures in a set. So sometimes, yeah. And you've got some in there that are
But there's those obscure characters that Vintage Collection hasn't made yet.
Exactly. That's like in the Saga collection on the blue cards, the Episode 2 ones.
Yeah.
Those ones, there's some good figures in there.
And I've bought some of them to use for my Figtog and shit like that.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. So I'm like, that's the stuff I'm going to keep. Like I have ideas like I really want a Geonosis Arena from Episode 2.
Yep.
And because I've got like the creatures that were for it, the Acklay and all that stuff. I want to do like a whole thing on my shelf with those. So I'm going to keep the Geonosis Warriors and things like that, and whatever Jedi are there. I'm going to keep that stuff. The Boba Fett with the magnetic, the Jango Fett with the magnetic head that comes off. I'm going to keep that one for it. But like I said, there's going to be certain things.
Yeah, I don't like sand either.
There's certain things I'm going to keep, and most of it I'm going to get rid of. So anything vintage in a box is definitely keeping. You
love the prequels. That's okay.
I do. I've always liked the prequels. I've never ever been a prequel hater. I've always loved them.
Okay. Look, I've tried so hard to go back and watch those. They get better as I rewatch them, but I don't know how many times I can go back and rewatch them.
No, I love them. I'll put them on.
You should be younger than me, and like I'm younger than you.
Episode 3,
I look older than you.
I think. I think Episode 3 is amazing. I think that is one of the best overall films in the entire thing.
The story is pretty good, but it's just me.
I like it. Yeah.
Oh, it's better than the Disney stuff. I
Def-
mean, the
oh,
Disney
by far.
sequels.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
So I've got all this shit. Like I said, I've got to get rid of it, and part of it had me thinking, you know, the way I got into selling stuff was my uncle passed away.
Ooh.
And I think we talked about this.
Yeah,
before.
we did. Yeah.
So he passed away, and he had all this stuff, and my cousins, they didn't have a great relationship with their dad.
Well,
And
don't let them play with the toys. They don't need them.
they were like, you know, I don't want any of this stuff. I don't know what to do with it. They said, you do this, you know what this stuff is worth. Could you sell it? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I took everything. I loaded up. One trip, I had 4,000 DVDs. And in the process of doing all this, I just got rid of the last 4 boxes.
Wow.
At Rasputin, they gave me $50.
Damn.
But
no horror in there, though, right?
no.
Yeah.
There was some.
I collected horror.
No, there was a
But
bunch
even
of,
DVDs, I don't.
Yeah,
Unless
there's
they're
a bunch
obscure,
of
but
like 80s.
if it's
there was
VHS,
some
I'll
80s
collect
stuff
it.
in there. Nothing really great.
okay.
So there was some box sets. Box sets are like TV shows and stuff, like Jag and Knight Rider and
yeah,
things like
nah.
that. Yeah. So I got rid of all that.
McGarnagle.
But my cousins wanted me to get rid of everything, and they said, hey, we just want you to pay for the food for the funeral. Anything after that, you can keep. Done. No problem. I went into the shop and said, hey, give me a booth at the next toy show. And that day, I made enough that paid for everything. So
was that the same toy show that I was there? Or
You were there. Was that the old store?
okay, yeah, I was
Yeah.
probably. I sold at one of them, but I was probably just there, not selling.
Yeah. I know you were there. I
Yeah.
know you were there for sure. So I sold a ton of stuff, and I was selling it cheap, and the people next to me were like, dude, you're killing it. And I was like, really? And at the end of the day, I said, oh, you guys do good? They're all, we did okay. I said, I don't know how I did.
You kind of look like a jerk off though, so I didn't talk to you.
Yeah.
You like had this like long ZZ Top beard, and you got like, your wrestler fanny pack that you didn't wear around your waist. You wore it like strapped around you.
That's not me. That's Adam.
No, I think you were doing that.
I don't know.
You did that at one time. Yes, you did.
I've never had a wrestler one. Adam
No,
does.
It's not a wrestler one.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like a wrestler wears a fanny pack. They all wear fanny packs.
No, no.
But
I've
you
got
wore like a strap around your shoulder type of pack.
I didn't do that back then.
Maybe not back then. Maybe at
I
the
do
newer
now.
shop. Yeah.
At the shows now, I do.
Okay.
I
Well,
have
still back then, you had your badass
my-
beard, and you're like
my tactical.
walking
It's my
around.
tactical
Yeah.
medical bag. Yeah, I have one now, but I didn't then.
You seem kind of unapproachable, but so was I. So
So, I did really good, and people are like, "Wow, you did great!" And I told them how much I made, and they're like, "Dude, you did way better than us." And they're like, "This is your first time selling?" I said, "Yeah." "Oh, you killed it." So other people, after the end, we all start talking and stuff, and I was like telling people what I made. I was like, "Yeah, I made this one. I made like $700," and they're like, "Seriously?" Holy
not to
shit.
mention, I have to throw this. This is at the shop Pot of Gold Collectibles, which is now in Pleasant Hill, California, next to Sun Valley Mall.
Yeah.
And this is a paid for ad, which I will get paid for.
Yeah,
We will
somehow.
somehow.
We'll get.
So when the owner Tom asked, "Well, do you mention?" Of course,
Exactly,
I do.
yes.
Of course, I do.
Yeah. Now you're one of our sponsors.
Go
Pay
there.
us.
They have a whole huge Star Wars collection.
Yes.
Like area.
Buy the stuff
huge.
that says Charles on it.
I don't even. I just look at the figures,
Yeah.
and I don't think I bought a Star Wars thing from there at all.
So I
No, but they got a lot of shit.
yeah,
so.
I did really good. And everybody's like, "Wow, you did really good. Are you going to do the next one?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do the next one." So the next one, I do really good. And I was like, "Wow, okay." I was like, "Let me bring out some of my stuff." And it just snowballed from there. And then it's like, let me pick up some stuff that I can resell. And I just did really good at it. So, but that got me thinking, like, my uncle had all this stuff, and his kids had no idea what to do.
They didn't
with
play
it.
with it ever.
No.
Never.
Nope.
Wow.
My cousin, he
Carded?
He had carded loose. Just a huge mismatch collection.
And he never displayed any of it, or
No, it was all
Not
in the
that you know of.
garage in boxes. So it was neat. Like he was like a hoarder, but very neat.
Okay.
So
I love those hoarding episodes. They're my
yeah.
favorite.
So, and my kids are always like, "What are you gonna do?" My daughter's like, "Throw it all away." Like I said, we talked about her. She lets her boyfriend keep a birthday card for 2 days.
And you also get to keep the shits that he put in Walmart bags.
Yeah.
And it's actual shit.
So my kids, they don't really care about it. My one daughter, she's like, I never understand the whole collecting thing. And I'm like,
You wouldn't. You're a woman.
okay. Well, and now she does. She collects Sunny Angels.
Can't even parallel park yet.
Yeah, dude, she cannot. She's a horrible driver. Absolutely
It's just
horrible.
a guess, dude.
Dude, she crashed the ambulance. She's an EMT, and she crashed the ambulance.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
took
not
off
good.
took off the light bar.
Wow. I knew those people were just turning on their sirens to get through traffic. I knew it.
Oh, I'm sure. But I was like, man, they would have no clue what to do.
EMTs, yeah.
Yeah. So any of my kids, they wouldn't know what to do, and I was like, okay, I don't want to, leave them with all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife doesn't really care. There's a joke. My wife says, sell everything, $23. We're pricing stuff. Everything's $23. Doesn't matter what it is.
23. That's the magic Jim Carrey number.
I don't know.
Or
But-
is it 33? I don't fucking know.
So my wife doesn't really care. The kids don't care. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I start selling this now and I spend the money on something else? Go have fun.
We'll go to Disneyland again.
Exactly.
For the third time this year.
And buy more shit from Disneyland. And yeah, it's not like I haven't, done that enough. So I was just like, all right, I think I'm just going to sell the majority of it now. And now it's just, hey, where do I start? Because I don't want to leave that to my kids. And I've seen this a lot lately. I've seen a lot of people being like, you know what? It's time. I'm going to let go of my collection. And it's not always for financial reasons.
It's not.
It gets overwhelming.
It does.
And they're just like, you know what? I'm going on to a new chapter in my life.
People get caught up in the collecting habit of like, oh, this new release. And it's part of the company's like, they have targeted ads. They know the psychology of the shit. These organizations are smarter than us. They know how to attack the human psyche.
Yeah.
And the FOMO, all that shit adds up, and we have to have it.
And there's something that
especially when there's a deal.
Oh yeah, there's something I was talking to another collector about. He was trying to sell some stuff the other day, and he's asking me, "Hey, what do you think about my pricing on this?" And he, told me, and I was like, "Dude, you're right there. I think that is perfect. That's a great deal." 2 years ago, this stuff wouldn't have lasted 10 minutes, and it's been sitting up for 2 days. And I was like, I think I noticed this in the vintage collecting that there's not a whole lot of new collectors coming in.
No.
But with the new media, when Mandalorian comes out, you've got all these people now that have been Star Wars collectors plus new fans, and they want that new stuff.
Yep.
So when you're putting out this new stuff, people are going to keep buying it. But the old guys, there's a finite amount. For the original, there's 77 figures. Once you get all 77, what are you going to do? Well, okay, now I'm going to get them carded. Okay, now what? Oh, now I'm going to go to variants. There's only so many variants. You can only do so much.
Right.
Where with, like you're saying, with the new stuff, it's new release, new release, new release.
And then Star Wars, it's not like, because I buy and sell wrestling, and the good thing about wrestling is still ongoing, so there's constant new fans.
Exactly.
But they have a tendency to get things signed, whereas Star Wars fans, I don't know that they necessarily do that, except for Funkos.
Like we talked about the whole Luke Skywalker thing before, charging $700 to autograph a poster.
Right.
There are
Worth
a lot.
it.
The thing is, with the original Star Wars, there's not many of them left, of the original actors.
Do you think he would charge me $700 to sign a Guyver poster?
Probably.
Absolutely, he would.
Yeah.
Of course he would.
Yeah.
He wouldn't give me a discount
No.
because...
No.
Come on.
Why
I would
would
ask
he?
him.
Why would he, though?
I would stand in line just
he
to
would
ask for a
and
discount.
he's going to tell you no. And then he's probably going to be pissed that you asked for a discount.
Good. And
Yeah.
I'll tell him I'm not voting for Kamala.
Exactly. You make him cry, and then he ruins your poster.
I'm voting for Kamala the wrestler.
The Moonbelly Kamala.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really hard to find.
So, like I said, I'm going to get rid of all this stuff, and it's hard to find where to begin. And like I said, I noticed a lot of people are doing it. We get lots of calls of people wanting to get rid of their collections. And some people they don't care. It's taking up room. We get a lot of older people passing away and their kids coming in saying, "Oh, my parents had this. I just want to get rid of it. I don't really care about it. It's clutter."
You know what you got to do, though? It's just like bringing it back to wrestling. Eat your prayers and say your vitamins.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
What about the training?
I don't know anything about training.
It's not just the 2, it's the 3. It's the training, prayers, and vitamins.
Oh, steroids.
Well, those 2.
Those are vitamins. I put those in the vitamins category.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I don't know.
That reminds me of a prayer I said every night as a kid. And now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray that all my toys should break, so my fucking brother and sister can't play with them.
All right, that clip was from the show Billions that I was watching the other day.
Sure.
And I thought it was kind of relevant to this topic. Like we were saying, what do you do when, you die and you leave all your stuff behind?
You take it with you.
Exactly. Some people do. Some people want to.
Like the Egyptians, man.
I know a dude that wanted to be buried in his truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a big-ass burial site. But
Exactly. He wanted to be put in the bed of the truck with a bed cover on it.
But like those batteries don't last long.
No.
So.
Yeah. It's not like he's going to use them for
Oh,
anything.
it's not an EV truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, today, when we were talking about coming over and recording the podcast, and I saw something on Facebook that got my attention, and I think we touched on this before. Our favorite people at the Imperial Cafeteria.
Oh, the ICCCCC.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I think I got a 404 error on my
something like
verbal.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they posted something, and like I said, we talked about it. How they're setting up this charity that when collectors die,
Facebook group.
Yeah.
So go back and listen to all the episodes.
So when a collector dies, that they will help sell their collection.
Thank God, because I've been looking for someone to sell my millions of dollars of collection for a nominal percentage fee. And what's the minimum?
So
charity, you say, huh?
Yeah. So originally I was like, okay, this is just going to be a way, for them to cherry pick some people's collections. They die. Oh, he's got some really good stuff. He's got some hard to find stuff. I can get it for a steal, and I'll dump the rest.
That's not what I saw when you sent it to me.
Well, no, that's what I originally thought.
Okay, yeah.
That was my original thoughts behind it. And then today, I actually saw their whole mission statement, and it was way fucking worse. I could not believe it.
It's bad.
It is. And, I posted about it in the Dianoga trash talking group on Facebook.
Yep.
And was like, what? Look at this bullshit, And I said, if you didn't hate these shitbags already, here's just another reason.
Well, and it's a huge reason.
Yeah.
Huge. This whole charity, nonprofit fucking bullshit by the ICC to rape and pillage collectors who are on their deathbed. And also, being a nonprofit 501c is what it says on the website. Or C3, and I don't know what that is. Maybe they're transitioning or put in the application. I think what it means. I think they say something about that, but we'll get into it.
Yeah.
I think that they rather not pay for anything as a corporation or a business, and you can't be a church.
So I think this is
be the next best thing.
Exactly. I mean, they're already a cult, but I think this might be separate from that. This might be a totally separate entity and not the whole
smart.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it, and they're saying, "Oh, we'll sell it, and we keep 18%." Blah blah blah. I mean, that's not so bad. eBay's 15, whatever. But then we dig a little bit deeper. You barely have to scratch the surface.
They say 18% is the minimum.
Is the minimum.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you think, okay, eBay charges $12 and a 3% processing fee. Everybody charges 3% processing fee. There's no way around that. So 15% to eBay is kind of standard. Other places do 10%. Whatnot does 10%.
Remember the old days of 11%? Those were great days.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
And no taxes. There's still no taxes.
There's
really,
no taxes.
but,
No.
Yeah.
Exactly. Taxation is theft, children.
There's still threat of it. So
I started taking a look at it, and
when you first open up the page, it says in big black nondescript writing, IC for Life non-profit. Now, shouldn't it be IC3 since there's 3 C's?
Well, no, because the ICCCCC, whatever, that's only for the convention.
Oh.
That's separate.
This is lawyer talk now.
So that's the convention. Then there's the whole, just the regular Imperial cafeteria.
Dude, you're talking to me like Vanilla Ice ripping off doom, 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 doom. See, there's the extra doom.
The little,
yeah. This is not under pressure, man.
Ting, there's the difference.
This is not Queen, dude.
Yeah.
This is
so
Ice Ice Baby. It's way different, man. Now, it's also like a bigger hit in my age.
Yeah. So he sets this thing up, and like I said, it's separate, and it, I'm reading it, and this is bullshit. Like you just said, they're going to set up as a 501c3, and with the nonprofit, really, the whole thing is you can work for them and pay yourself whatever you want. It's just anything that's not spent, you don't get to keep. You have to account for everything.
So who is the head of this organization taking, he probably has to take a paycheck from it, right?
It's Big Mac.
Big Mac.
For sure.
I don't have the cue clipped up, but whatever. Let's read a little bit of this. So just the opening statement goes like this. When the IRS approves a timely filed exemption application, exempt status is recognized back to the date of the organization was created. Thus, while an application is pending, the organization can treat itself as an exempt from federal income tax under Section 501c. Why is he posting this?
Because that means that they filed for it, but they haven't got
But
their
still,
approval yet.
You don't need to put that on your website.
No.
He's trying to call out all the haters who are going to hate on him already.
Yeah. So, you scroll down, and this is my favorite part where it gets to, what do I get for my per month memorial dues? So they're charging you monthly for
the
this
membership.
service.
Become a monthly subscriber for a small per month fee, not tax deductible. You will qualify for an IC Memorial Live sale for your family at the time of your passing.
Yeah,
so nice. That's
exactly.
So nice.
So you get to pay us money until you die for us to sell your stuff when you die, which we will then charge you for.
And I thought insurance was a scam, but dude, this is racketeering.
So it goes on to say, in the event of the collector's passing, their family can choose to use the service, or if members' IC for Life memorial dues are current at the time of the member's passing.
Whoa.
It says, we will send an IC representative to your collection room at the time of your family's choosing after your passing.
Yeah, this shit ain't worth nothing, but I can give you $30 and then we'll give you
best
some
I can do is $20.
And this is what you get.
All right. IC for Life will sell your vintage toy collection on the IC and IC2 during a dedicated scheduled online event in memorial for the subscribing member. So they're going to sell it on their Facebook page, not through an auction house or anything like that.
No.
Not through, Hakes or anything like that. They're going to do it through a Facebook group.
But it's not contract binding. They can sell it to anywhere they want to.
Also, you have to be a member to be in this group. It's a closed Facebook group. So they're only selling it to members. So if you've been kicked out of that group.
Is there a Facebook for the people who pay the money to be in this insurance scam?
I don't think so.
Like, you're basically insuring your collectibles when you die for your family members through this. That's what they're trying to say.
That's how they're framing it.
But you're not getting value of it.
So let's say I died and my wife has no idea how to sell it, and then someone contacts her.
Oh, these are experts, dude.
Hey, look, we can do it for you. Ship it to us, and we'll put it up on our thing with 20,000 members, and we've got 27 subgroups and everything like that. And we're on our 6th year.
Dude, they also found an autistic kid at one time.
Yeah, but
who was lost.
But you're
for
not
like
in
3 seconds.
Exactly. And you're not in that group. Now, if you wanted to get something from me and you wanted to buy it and help out my family, you can't because you're not in that group.
Do I have to pay a membership fee?
No. Like, I'm kicked out of the group.
I just have to answer a few questions like who's my favorite Star Wars character and what color is green.
Exactly.
It's blue.
Yeah.
It's blue and yellow, actually. Yeah. I was wrong. But, so I'm not in the group.
Yeah, so you couldn't bid on it. So if you wanted to help out a fellow collector, you couldn't because they are going to determine who gets to bid on this stuff because it's in their group. It's not an open auction.
And they're going to take the highest bidder, right?
Oh, they're going to take the high. Well, you don't know that. They could be like, oh, we're closing it because good old Tommy Fentanyl over here, he wants this for his collection.
Fuck Tommy Fentanyl. I know that dude.
He needs that. He needs that. So bidding's closed.
Like, dude, he sold me the wrongest fentanyl. I just didn't know how to spell fentanyl. It was like fentanyl.
Oh.
It sucked.
Yeah.
I didn't die, dude.
That's unfortunate.
I was trying to.
That's unfortunate, dude. That's how they're gonna get your collection. All right, they're gonna start doing that. So, and it goes on. It says if they're extremely rare, they may be sent to an auction house. Maybe, and it says IC for life, partner. God, this spelling and grammar on this is so bad. Partner to achieve maximum value for your family. Okay. It says all selling and shipping will be handled by IC for life. The minimum of 18%.
Oh, life.
Now, in parentheses, says no maximum of the gross sales price will be donated back to them by the family for use in future projects as a tax-deductible donation.
Wow.
And it says your family will get a check for the net proceeds of the sale.
Wrong one.
All right.
We are in control. New world order.
So here's the best part.
For life.
You'll get a check for the net proceeds of the sale minus the cost of shipping, auction, payment processing fees, donation, that's the 18%, packaging, and travel if necessary.
Why not add a bullshit Ticketmaster fee so you can charge whatever you want also?
It says this post-sale donation will help us to continue offering awareness programs, supporting public outreach activities, and advocating for the preservation of collectibles.
How is this a charity, though? It's a charity because you're preserving collectibles and putting them into the hands of other collectors who are going to preserve them for a fee.
Yeah. So on top of your 18%, which is the donation, then they're going to take a cut for the auction fees.
You know, if they were smart, they would add in a charge for running the 501c organization. Someone's got to run this shit, and you have to take a paycheck. You have to.
That's your $20 a month membership fee.
Okay, so it's all incorporated in there. I need to see a breakdown from that, sir.
So you've got to pay for all of that plus the shipping.
Hold on, who's the fucking king of this shit? And wasn't there a new coronation?
There is. There's a new king douchebag. I don't know if we have a name for him. Jason. Whatever. Jason.
Ralphus. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, King Ralph. So you have to pay for the shipping, and if they're going to send somebody to your house to evaluate it.
I like this, though. Sorry for not listening, but it's like they answer their own questions. So they have a question, what do I get for my donation? And so they answer. They go, besides the great feeling you get knowing you are conserving the hobby you love for future generations, you also get an IC rank listed on the Imperial Commissary Officer's page and the right to attend the IC for Life annual meeting at ICCCCCCCC. Sorry, that 404 thing, fucking EXE got fucked up again on my voice. Where new products are decided. Dude, you get a warm and heartly feeling that you did something for them that helped them, that made them get a heartwarming feeling.
Exactly. Dude, this is the most scumbag shit. You know,
I'm sorry. I'm slurring my words because I got to drink so much to read this shit.
It's fucking ridiculous. I cannot believe this. Well, I mean, I can. You know, I brought this up earlier, and everybody's like, you know, I didn't think he could do any fucking worse.
Did you have another question, dude? Weren't you asking me how do you donate to IC for Life? And is it tax deductible? Well, I'll tell you, Chizzle. Just click the link below and choose your donation amount. All gifts to IC for Life are tax deductible when and if a nonprofit status is approved.
Here's the best thing. They want you to volunteer for this.
Oh.
Also, we need volunteers to help with a variety of tasks, from organizing events, staffing memorial auctioneers, and our various other outreach programs. So they want you to pay for this service, and then they want volunteers to run it.
Wow. Dude, this is a fucking racket.
This is fucking ridiculous. Somebody compared this to being an ambulance chaser.
Oh, definitely.
And it's like, dude, seriously, you're trying to profit off of people dying. Now, we've heard stories about, you know, when people die, you know, wives don't know what to do with the collections and shit like that. And I mean, hell, there have been sometimes they thought the collection was worth millions, and it wasn't. It wasn't worth shit. The husbands lied about it. Maybe they had a gambling problem, and that's where they told the wife the money was going. Oh, I'm saving up. I got this really expensive shit. The wife doesn't know. She hears Star Wars. All right, you got gold. It's rich. I don't got to worry about it. I'm safe.
So, you said you posted this on the Diagnoga Trash Talk group, which is on Facebook. Go and join it. You did, and there's a bunch of comments, so I just want to look through them. So, Michael says, he goes, I can't believe even Big Mac thought this was ever acceptable. It's one of the most ridiculous and disgusting things I've ever seen in the hobby. Melissa says, wow, so let's lowball your family members, and when they are grieving, nice, keep it classy. Yeah, all right. A different Michael, he says, future projects equals more failed conventions, ?
So, you could also include with that their IC Armory, where they were going to build a page that was going to rival the Imperial Gunnery that has been around forever. And this thing was supposed to come out, and it was going to be interactive, and everybody could contribute to it, and it was going to be the greatest thing. It was going to cover all, you know, how to authenticate, you know, your accessories and your figures and all, you know, how to, you know, tell about the variants and all that. Thing was fucking garbage.
Wow.
It was horrible. You couldn't navigate it. It was so bad. And now, if you go to look it up, it's gone. I don't think it even exists anymore. So, one more failed thing.
So, the creator of Diagnoga Trash Talk group, he's responding to someone else, but I want to read his comment. He's responding to a different Michael. And he goes, Jim Jones says, there's always a balance. This horrible shit show he created, then the amazing Saga Museum in the works. We can all look forward to something that's really meant for the collectors and the future. I think it was the original comment that Michael said. He says, I can't believe even Mike thought this was ever acceptable. Oops, Big Mac.
Yeah.
Edit that. It's one of the most, yeah. And then someone said something about Saga. I forget, but whatever. I'm lost in the comments.
Oh, so what they're talking about is there's a new
Saga
museum.
collection announcement. Yeah.
Well, it's a museum.
It's a museum
where they want to get a bunch of people's like collectibles, like from all over Star Wars.
So is this a permanent museum? Or
It's supposed to be a permanent museum.
And who has is he going to have his own private security?
No, he's not. He's not doing it. Someone else is doing it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure, but I think it's someone that he doesn't like is involved in it. I don't know. I don't know the whole deal.
It sounds like a good idea to me because I want to see other people's collectors displayed. Cool.
Yeah, there was a short video I saw online about it.
I wouldn't trust security though. That's just me. You know, with my high dollar shit. I do want to see Rick Springfield shit though. That'd be cool.
So I think it might be stuff like that where, but you're saying you don't know what to do with it. Hell, here you could donate it here. I would do that. I would donate some shit to a museum like that.
If it was a permanent museum, but what happens when that museum closes? I mean, you're done. You're just like, I donated it, whatever.
Whatever. I mean, hell, if it might close after I'm dead, so it won't matter.
You'll see at one of the shows you're selling at.
yeah.
Or attending.
They message me for a booth at my show. Hey, we're having a fire sale. Can we get a booth, please?
You can have a booth. We just take 18%, or the minimum is 18%.
Exactly. That's what I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them, hey, I need 18% plus costs.
Minimum.
Yes.
Minimum.
That shit is so ridiculous.
Like, Charlie, Chizzle, if I sold at one of your shows and I sell all of them, and I would buy a table from you, and I go, look, dude, for me to sell your show because I am so cool and huge. And I'm not talking about genitalia size. You know, I'm going to bring these people. And I go, look, I need a minimum of 18%. Now, when I say that and you sign this contract, because of course you're going to sign it because you like Star Wars. So that's a given. That means you're going to sign. And when I get these 18% or more people to come and more people show up, now I want 25% because I brought all these people.
And
even though
I know that you did $100,000 this weekend. My security told me. They've been watching you. They know you did $100,000 this weekend.
No, the security was out eating fun-sized Snicker bars.
No, they get full-size Snickers bars.
Oh, they get full-size, so I get fun-size.
Yeah, pie. They get pie.
Fun-size is basically 18% of a Snickers bar.
Dude, I think you're right. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised.
Math.
That's how they came up with the 18%.
How did he? Did he actually measure it, or you just bite a piece off and go, "That's about it, 18%"?
I'm gonna do the math later. I bet you that a fun-size Snickers bar is 18% of a king-size Snickers bar.
That is not a fat joke. That is a delicious joke. Okay.
Yeah.
Because Snickers is delicious and it makes you not hungry. I know. I've eaten a few.
Yes, it makes you not hangry anymore. Yeah, I offer them to my wife all the time.
Oh, shit. Instead of headache pills?
You're not yourself when you're hungry. Eat this.
Yeah. End of commercial.
Yeah.
Dude, and it all works out. Holy shit. I got to try that. End scene.
Let's record that. Let's record when you tell your wife that.
Hungry? No, fuck you. Get the fuck out. What the fuck? Why is your penis out?
She's going to throw it at you.
It's a Snickers. You can't throw it back at me.
You know what? Maybe the reason they like the Snickers so much, I think they eat them upside down.
Ooh, veiny bottom on the tongue.
Exactly.
How did I know exactly what you're saying? Oh, shit. How do I eat my Snickers? No, I eat Reese's, and I call them Reese's because I'm a fucking...
Oh, my God.
I'm a fucking tard, dude.
Yeah. They're fucking Reese's.
I know.
And they're not Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, but I
that drives me crazy.
I like to piss people off, so I go Reese's.
If somebody said Reese's Pieces, would be different. But
Reese's.
People say Reese's Pieces. Where the fuck do you come up with Pieces? That makes no sense. I get it rhymes, but...
Didn't E.T. say that? Reese's Pieces, phone home. I don't know.
Well, you're not
that
smarter than fucking E.T.? E.T. speaks better English than you?
No, he built a phone out of bicycle gears and shit. Dude, he's way smarter than me. I couldn't do that shit. I could connect them all together, and it wouldn't work. Because that shit's stupid. The movie sucks. I fucking hate it. I hate E.T.
I haven't watched it in so long that I just barely remember it from being a kid.
I'm sure it holds up. It's still like a decent movie, but I hate it. I won't show it to my kid because I want her to grow up right.
Yeah, I think I have it on VHS and DVD, but I haven't watched it in forever.
Like, I don't want the Diddy finger to come out and go, ouch. Nah, it's not happening. You're not gonna be healed from a finger. Okay, not gonna work. Don't try it.
Hey,
I tried it.
Sometimes it works better than a Snickers. All right, sometimes that finger will change someone's mood.
Dude, you gotta be up and ready to go. That's like Amish hello, good morning. I'm ready up and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to build a barn, motherfucker. Amish don't even know about Star Wars, so that's how real that is.
Yeah.
No, they do. I've watched the reality shows. They know.
Well, some of them.
It's Star Wars is too huge. They know.
Yeah. They might. Maybe they read the books.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
I can see that.
They can read.
Yeah, but I don't think they would understand what. I don't know. I guess Star Wars uses English.
Well, yeah, and I mean the whole
Shit.
thing is using your imagination. Maybe.
They ain't got no imagination.
Yeah, they gotta do something.
Oh, Jebediah. Give it to me, Malachi.
All right, I think we kind of trashed these guys pretty good one more time.
Yeah, and it will continue religiously.
I mean, they bring it on themselves.
They do.
We weren't even going to talk about this today until I saw this. I had a totally different show planned, and
It's almost like politics, man. Just something else happens. You're like, bro, dude,
Yeah.
holy fuck. How can you be that, like, ingenuous? I don't know the word for it. Disingenuous? Disingenuous. Okay, how did I not know that?
I don't know.
Come
We
on,
went to the
Jebediah.
same school. Come on.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know how to end it because I can't find a clip. It's somewhere here.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh,
I almost forgot something. We're going to do a giveaway.
no shit.
That's right.
Can I win it?
No, because I already told you the answer.
Oh, okay. I don't remember it.
So we're going to be doing a giveaway. Go to our Instagram page. I got a bad feeling about this on Instagram. I think it's, you know, I got a bad
You got
feeling
to find the
podcast.
correct one. So
Yeah.
that's
well,
that's the training
on
thing.
on Instagram, I think it's pretty easy to find.
Got to go through this tunnel, fight Darth Vader.
So
Turns out to be you.
go to our Instagram page. We're going to be showing what we're giving away. We got a couple different things we're going to be doing. But what you got to do is you got to answer a question. And, you know, I love trivia stuff. And this one it's not even Star Wars related, but it's going to be really hard. So
Is it? But people are going to Google it and find the answer, or
I think this would be really hard to Google. Because if you Google it, you're going to find something totally different.
I don't want to say Google. Google is like this huge commodity that
Yeah,
breaks
I don't.
shit. I don't
exactly.
Like Google
I
at
don't
all.
like Google. at
Let's
all.
duck
Okay,
go it.
Bing.
Yeah,
How about Bing?
Bing's fine. I don't know that they
Ooh,
did anything evil.
Ask Jeeves.
Oh, that's old school.
Yeah, we can go with Ask Jeeves. All right. So, all right, if you go to Ask Jeeves, you may be able to find this. So, the question is, what 1980s movie has the line, "With great power comes a greater sense of responsibility"?
I'll tell you right now, it's not the 90s or 2000 Spider-Man.
No,
it's not.
It's not. So, that's what I was saying. You're going to Google it. If you Google it, that's what you're going to find.
Don't Google it though.
So,
That's the point.
yeah. You can if you want, because you're probably not going to find it.
Use your search engines. Do some research. That's what we do in a podcast. And then now that you've done some research, you're a podcaster. And when you got the answer, put it on the Instagram.
Go to the Instagram, put your answer there. First person that does it is going to win something.
Yeah. And you'll have to pay 18% of it, and we'll send it to you, with the 18% back.
And
so
if
it's free.
If nobody gets it, which I know is a possibility because it's really hard, then we're going to do something. We'll pick somebody at random or something.
Sure.
Yeah. That works.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
We'll figure it out. Look,
Yeah.
It's early stages of the podcast.
Exactly.
We're figuring
we
it out.
fly by the seat of our pants here.
Yeah. Oh, Jebediah.
Yeah.
My trousers and knickers are coming off. Oh, the socks, the strings that hold up. What do they call those things that hold up
They're
socks?
garters. They're sock garters.
Dudes wear garters?
Yes.
How
That's the thing that goes on your
how sexy. Oh.
on your leg that holds up your socks. It's called a
Build the
sock
barn,
garter.
you fucker. Raise it with all your friends. Oh, yeah. Don't you know?
All right. We'll get our shit
gotta
together
shit,
one of
yeah.
these days.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Oh, Jebediah.